This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. Mirror, mirror on the wall, don't say it 'cause I know I'm cute. Louis down to my drawers, LV all on my shoes. I be dripping so much sauce, got a bitch looking like ragu. Lit up like a crystal ball, that's cool, baby, so is you. That's how I roll. If I'm shining, everybody gonna shine. I was born like this, don't even gotta try. I'm like Chardonnay, get better over time. Heard you say I'm not the baddest, bitch, you lying. It ain't my fault that I'm out here looking loose. Gotta blame it on the goose, gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. I'm the pudding and the proof, gotta blame it on the juice. Yeah-yeah-ee, yeah-yeah-ee, yeah-yeah-ee. Blame it on the juice, blame it on the juice. Yeah-yeah-ee, 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 yeah-yeah-ee. Blame it on the juice, baby. Hello, welcome back to the Welcome Minutes Podcast. This is Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. So I recorded a very short episode last week that was a response to Watch What Happens Live. Now, we're going to update on 3 things that are Bravo high notes or low notes. Set me free. Okay. So either it's going to be a Bravo high note, or it's going to be so bad that I'm going to go, set me free. And notice that I'm not flat when I say that, or sharp. I cannot believe they're going to let that man perform this song. Okay, so 3 things have happened. I've watched the first part of the Beverly Hills Reunion. I've watched the second part of Married to Medicine. And I have watched the episode that shows the penultimate. It's the penultimate episode before we see why in the hell Bravo 1 took Kenya out of the title card. We get no tagline, and y'all basically editing her down to a friend of. So I'm going to call it the penultimate episode. So before I start with Bravo, I'm just going to say this very calmly. What is happening with Kanye West, what he is continuing to do, it is because he has been enabled for at least 2 decades by everyone around him and also us as fandom, because we all do this where we can separate the art from the artist. We can do that with some people. Other people, no, because they'll weaponize that. What Kanye has been doing as of late is just gross and disgusting. And now homeboy is painted a KKK robe black. He's just going to keep doing stuff. And so I'm at this point, like, I don't listen to his music. I refuse to engage in anything that he makes. I'll do his merch. I feel bad for the choir that signed up to work with him. Go see if Donald Lawrence or John P. Key or Hezekiah Walker or definitely Kirk Franklin. Let them look them up, see if they're doing auditions. Okay. So there's that. I feel very bad for everybody that's like, because it wasn't a bad album. It's just that I can't deal with that. But yeah, I'm good on Kanye, and for a lot of the folks, if you're a hip hop fan and you like the backpack, backpack rapper, backpack rap, backpack hip hop, whatever it was called, um, this is it's sometimes it's hard to stop listening to your heroes or people you enjoy. Yeah, stop giving him attention and he'll stop. Now, we cannot control the white gaze on Kanye because, we can't. But you can divest from West. All right, let's talk about some Bravo. Let's start with Atlanta. That's probably going to be the shortest thing. When I tell you now, it is very, very interesting that whole when you go low, I go to hell, or say like Candy, I am not Michelle Obama. If you go to hell, you going to hell. I'm going with you. Now, it's very funny. That is reserved for people that we like, and we don't want to say that as a collective because it can't be. No, you can't control how somebody react to disrespect, right? We say that all the time. I say all that, and I'm not saying that whatever happens next week with Kenya, Brit deserves it. I'm not even going to say that because I don't know how bad it is. But the thought has always crossed my mind. But I thought y'all said if somebody go low, I'm going to go to hell. So that means you're going to go lower than they did. I don't know. I think it really is subject to review when it comes to that. That's literally how that feels to me. Brit Eady would have got popped by me or somebody else. But the thing about like her reaction is so weird. Her and her husband is weird. Him calling her like it's an emergency. When she's meeting with her sister, full and hell well where the hell she is. I don't understand that. Their dynamic is super weird. And her reaction to Kenya, giving her, patting her, hugging her. There are people that she actually know that she didn't hug at that table. I don't like, girl, you want a moment. That's what it is. And the thing about it is, I think Brit is a fan. And even though people really like Kenya, let's be very clear. Portia coming back to the show meant the the bottles of peach juice were coming back. The peach juice fans, they were coming back. Meaning it's going to be Kenya v. Portia for no apparent reason. So she knew. Because Portia is more liked than disliked as a fan favorite. That's why it was so easy for her to just fall in line with her. But with Kenya, oh no, a lot of y'all don't like her, so let me go this way. Because her reaction makes no sense. It's so weird. And it reads projection and deflection from something else that's going on in your household and in your family. Because that didn't make any sense to me. And I'm glad. And the thing about it is, that actually is very, very. It's an exclamation because majority of literally everybody else at the table said, "Girl, what the hell are you doing?" And because it made no sense whatsoever, right? None, zero, zilch, nada. It made no sense. It's kind of like, girl, why would you do all of this? I'm like, girl, we don't understand what's going on. We don't. And this is before we saw next week. The other part of this is that I honestly wish I was Shamia's friend. Shamia, I'm going to use my Dr. Wendy voice, and I'm going to tap you on your lace front. Baby, Portia ain't your friend. You have known this woman since, I think, high school, or maybe younger. So the fact that she is coming off as a hater, and her mama said that shit about you, calling you a dog, watch the dog that brings you the bone. I'm like, time out. How long have you known Shamia? I don't. Dirty Diana gives me very much women are my competition 100% of the time. And that's how she raised her Portia. Because that's how she's acting. I don't understand that thing with Diane. And let me tell you something. Shamia mama might beat her ass. Because one, when I think there was an interview and when her mama said, I would never say that about Portia. No, she wouldn't. Because she would have no reason to. And the other side of that, if Shamia was moving the way that Portia moved, Diane would have a field day with Shamia. She'd be saying a whole lot less. So to watch what is going on right now is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I don't understand that at all. It's like, girl, what the heck is going on here? What is happening? Because I feel so bad for Shamia. Because it's like Shamia got a lot going on in her own personal life. She should not be having to deal with this bullshit. Because it's been a very, very long time that we've seen somebody on Atlanta give such a transparent look in their life. And Shamia is not new to this, brand new to this show. She's just new to having her own peach and being full-time. But people were a little bit familiar with Shamia. It's like, oh, she's friends with Candy. She's friends with Portia. Like, this is allegedly Portia's best friend. The best friend, Portia couldn't even, like, get her ass on a plane and go to her wedding in Africa. The friend that Portia threw under the bus when people found out about Simon said, well, Shamia's the one who introduced us. So then people could come after Shamia. The woman, the best friend of Shamia, who literally lit that lady who literally came to another franchise and was being a deflecting liar and lying by omission and lying directly. You let that lady talk about your best friend and label her like some kind of side piece whore and said nothing when Phaedra said it. Yeah, that baby Shamia, that's not your friend. That should have gave you the literally red. That was the bloodiest of red flags when she did that. And it was like, wait a minute, Shamia's your friend. I didn't realize that was her best friend. I was like, wait a minute, that's your best friend? And you want to let somebody perpetuate a rumor on camera about her? Yeah, that's the thing. That's why Shamia's like, girl, Portia, I told you. I'm like, Shamia, I'm about to tell you. Portia ain't your friend, baby. And the thing that I get it. It's kind of like you just go, she is following the golden rule. You treat others how you want to be treated. She needs to follow the platinum rule. Treat people how they should be treated. And that usually is in a positive way. Let me tell you something right now. Treat her the way that she should be treated. Yeah. Shamia, arm's length. I mean that. Baby, stop. Because there is no, like, baby, if we're looking at how they brought in this reboot of Atlanta, and for all intents and purposes, Shamia is in charge of the girls. She is the linchpin between all of these people. Every single person on this show. And I can even say Kenya because she actually seems cool or cordial or friendly or friends. Well, I don't know what their level is with Kenya as well. And I did say this when it came to like they need a reboot, they need to send. I said around Candy because Candy was on the show and Candy's from Atlanta. But the way that they're doing this with Shamia, I'm like, there you go. Someone who won don't have to rely on other people for storyline because let's be very clear, Shamia ain't got a film with any of them, and we would still have a full story about a whole big old picture about Shamia. Because of every like one that she is willing to share all that information about her family. So we're gonna see what happens, but girl, Atlanta is gonna be a fool. This reunion is gonna be a fool, and I hope that like Shamia, you don't need to do anything. Portia need to fix this, and she's acting like she didn't. Because hey, hi, your best friend gotta send you a song. There's no fucking way. You want to know why? Because I would know that my best friend it's doing a song. I'm like, girl, my best friend recorded a whole song. You couldn't shut me up. It would not even be just posted in my stories. It would be posted on my grid. What the fuck are y'all doing? But y'all, like, I don't know why y'all want, like, y'all love Portia so much. I love her as a character, as a reality star. Like, she's a star. She's a star. 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 She is a star. But I would never want her as a friend. I'm sorry. A non-social friend. Because social friend, she seems like she's a good ass time. If I'm going to a party or I'm going to be at the BravoCon, I'm like, oh girl, I would want to hang out with Portia. She seems like a good time. But anything under the surface, absolutely not. I'm like, I wouldn't want to get too close to you. Because I don't know, I don't want to say she's jealous or envious of Shamia. I don't. But that is what is being projected. And I don't think she realizes that. All right, should I flip a coin between Beverly Hills and Married to Medicine? Nope. I'm going to do Married to Medicine first. Another person that I want to tap on their lace front, she got a whole bunch of lace fronts, is Quad Webb, formerly Lunsford. Dr. Simone is not your friend, and she has never been your friend. She was Mariah's friend, and she tolerated you, but then she fell out with Mariah, and so to get back at Mariah, let's be very clear, to get back at Mariah, she started being more friendly to Quad. Let's be very clear. You and Quad were not friends. You were friends with Mariah, and she was Mariah's friend. I'm not going to do this with you. So to watch Simone flat out verbally say what we all knew, and they were trying to lie and say that's not true, when she said, you gave us your ass to kiss, so we started hanging out with Greg. But when Quad alluded to that or intimated that, you literally said that's not true. Or made it seem like, oh, we was always friends. You're lying. That whole group literally plotted and screamed and clank clank iced Quad out. And that is because when homegirl was going through a divorce, she got a new job. And her original friend group, that reality show friend group that we were introduced to, had no problem being around the person who she said was abusive to her. Y'all still hung out with his ass. Heavenly, not so much. Probably not even a very honest, not really Dr. Jackie. Simone, though, Toya, though, the only person and that's the thing, to a certain extent, Mariah seemed very much like, oh, the only person out of the three that I could sit here and say that, girl, they weren't cool, so is Toya. So the people that she saw 5 days a week, because Sister Circle was filmed 5 days a week, if I'm not mistaken, you were mad that she seemingly seemed to gravitate to the people that, one, she spent the most time with, and two, wasn't still trying to hold space with the man who literally abused her. That was y'all. And then when she got a new house and gave this long Sermon on the Mount, y'all left because y'all weren't top billing. Because let's be very clear, when it came to that speech, it was she didn't thank them. No, she did. She just thanked Sister Circle first. When she said, oh, where's my sisters? Then she started talking about the Married Message. Y'all had already left. Y'all wanted to be top tier in her life when y'all don't treat her that way. So I'm not exactly sure how I got to this sentence. I'm with Curtis when he's right, because he was absolutely correct. Last year, when Greg and Sweet Tea came back to the group, Quad was by herself. No one didn't tell him, he had no problem saying how much he loved her. He said it in front of them, and it was on camera. You said it in front of them, you said it about her, you did it in confessionals, that's fine. It was fine for you to be verbose about how much sweet tea meant to you and how happy you were. Set me free, set me free. Bitch, you've been free for like 7 years. Seven is the number of completion. Girl, leave us alone. So it was fine. Now Quad still she is still on the show, and now she bringing her man around, and now all of a sudden we care about feelings for exes. Now y'all care. Girl, I'm sorry, then you should not be asking her these questions. Why? The thing about it is, because like to Heavenly's point, she answered every question that any other couple was being asked. Y'all had a couples trip last year. Both Quad and Phaedra were there. Wait, Phaedra? No, I think maybe, I don't remember. Now I don't remember. Ooh, my brain is like, so it's like y'all have had single women there. Or you ain't gotta answer that. But hey, hi. One, you should have made sure that they were nowhere near each other, but also, then don't ask her these kind of questions. Realize that maybe you should change the questions because it's two couples and one person in each couple is an ex of the other. Maybe y'all shouldn't ask these questions. Because the thing about it is let's be very clear. Everybody's saying that Quad started it. No, she technically did not. That was sweet tea. Because you're not going to call me a liar. Girl, you are not going to sit here and say, you're going to call me a liar. You're not going to motion to Greg, like bump his arm and say, you heard that right. You're not going to do this with him because that doesn't signal that Quad is the one obsessed and can't get over it. It's Sweet Tea and Dr. G. Because the thing about it is, you shouldn't have pointed that out. And the person who made the joke about her throwing the baby shower, Quad didn't make that joke. Toya made that joke, and Quad picked up the ball and ran with it because her drunk ass was drunk. And the thing about it, y'all thought that shit was funny. Because one Toya was laughing, girl, she's still talking. Yeah, because shut the hell up. Do not say like, oh, what about Dr. D's feelings? You didn't care about Quad's feelings last year. Y'all still kind of don't. So when Curtis, I will give it to Toya. When she don't care. When it's like, she's very much I'm with you when you're right. So when Curtis said it was fine last year when Quad ain't had no man with her, now all of a sudden it's an issue. And Toya's like, shit. He ain't lying because he's not. So when Simone said, well, she wasn't around, that's not what he's talking about. He didn't say when it was in her face. It don't matter. Nobody was saying like, oh, this sounds like, well, Quad not here. Are y'all not filming a reality show? She's going to see it later. And then watch these people that's supposed to be her friends laughing and kikiing with the ex-husband who physically abused her. Pal around with him and his wife. And when she literally clocked like, y'all only doing that to get back at me, y'all were acting like she was wrong and she was lying. And then Simone said it out her big old chipmunk cheeks. Let me tell you something. Hey, hi, Dr. Simone is a dirty bitch. Period. Because one, you do this a lot. One, you did it to Toya, you did it to Heavenly. And I know there are going to be people like, well, Heavenly, nah, she did do it. I'm not necessarily saying that she didn't deserve it with Heavenly, but she's done it. Toya, Mariah, Quad, Heavenly, Jackie. Jackie, she's known for at least a decade. Jackie delivered her son. Because Jackie and Heavenly were still friends, she uninvited her from the graduation party for the boy that she delivered. Nasty work is Dr. Simone. I don't even know what to say. Like, girl, y'all better than me. And I mean it. Dr. Simone's dirty work, and she is. And I'm glad that Quad jumped down her throat and called her a dirty bitch because she was being dirty. And who's the first person she run into to basically say, I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong? She went right to Jackie. You don't think Jackie remember that? So let's see what happens in part 3. But I'm so glad she jumped down her throat. The other thing I wanted to bring up is Dr. G and Dr. Damon. I think I may be the only one who remembers what happened at the last reunion. Sweet Tea and Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly, were arguing. The men were watching it backstage. Sweet Tea brought up Dr. Damon cheating. Dr. Damon flat out said, I don't care what she said because she don't know me, but you do. So what do you think? He flat out asked him directly. And Greg said, I don't know what you do, bruh. I don't know. Because I think he was asking directly about what you think about his character. Like, you think I'm the kind of person, I have that kind of character that I would cheat on my wife. Is that what you think? I don't know what you do. The same person was telling me, like, these group of men should have been on his side. Notice, when your friend flat out asked you on camera to stand up for him, what did you do? That was Greg, but he is a squeaky voice bitch. He's a bitch ass, so I'm not surprised by this. However, Damon flat out asked, that is what had Damon hot. Damon, an island boy. So it's kind of like he was hot, right? Sweet Tea and Heavenly were arguing, and that whole thing when she called him a PDF. That happened after the reunion. Because the thing about it is, Sweet Tea liked to talk. And Heavenly operates the way that everybody says they do. You go, I am not Michelle Obama. You go to hell, I'm going there with you. So that's the thing. Sweet Tea starts stuff and everybody's only responding to the reaction. Now, she dead ass wrong for calling him a pedophile, and that's on period. Anybody who's a fan of Heavenly, nobody is saying that she is not wrong for doing that. I have not seen anybody who's a fan of Heavenly saying like, that's fine. Nope, he can get this work, da. Nobody is saying that because she called him a pedophile in the context of the age gap between him and Sweet Tea. That does not make him a P file. Does not make him a PDF. So he's not a PDF for that. So he's not, and she's wrong, and she apologized. She actually, she didn't do the apology that Greg did. Well, I'm sorry if I let you down. That's not an apology for your behavior. The apology would have been like, you know what, Damon, you're right. If that was me, I would feel a way too, so I am sorry that I did not just say, no, I don't think you're a bad person. No, I don't think that's of your character. I'm sorry that I did not just do that. In the moment, I should have did it, and I did not, and I am sorry. Because you can actually, even if you're I do, even though it is truthful in your mind, now I don't know what you do. However, you could still you can just apologize, you can understand, if that was me. Because aren't you mad at all them people there? Because they ain't just take your side, or you knew him longer. Time out, homie. It's like, we're not doing this. Because I've seen many people how y'all going to take King's side? Y'all know Dr. G longer. What does that have to do with anything? So you should just back up somebody that's wrong. Okay, y'all don't do that, so I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because, when people say that, you know him longer. King had been on the show how long? Immediately, everybody's like, oh, King, you're dead ass wrong. And y'all took Brit Easy's side. You don't even know, y'all had never seen a minute of film of Brit Easy, and a lot of people took King's side. I'm sorry, Brit's side. So that whole thing is the thing. The line moves. People literally, the goal always moves. The line's always moving. When it's somebody that you don't like or somebody that you like, you'll move that line so quick. Because the thing about it is, y'all mean to tell me If you ask your friend flat out, do you honestly think I could be that kind of person? Say, I don't know what you do. You still be friends with that person? Spare me. So the thing about it is that that's different. So this is how I can give petals to Heavenly, Heavenly and Dr. Damon. You want to know why? Because one, Heavenly has apologized. She apologized more than once. She apologized publicly. I think she did it privately. She did it on camera. And so the thing about it is, just say it's like, girl, I appreciate the apology and I hear the apology, but we will never ever be cool. Just say that shit. Because one, y'all acted like she said it and just kept going. She didn't. And I think the reason why she took it down and apologized the way she did is because of Damon. So then when he said, oh, no, I just didn't have the bandwidth, and I'm like, I knew before Heavenly put out that text message showing that Dr. G stopped seeing Damon's patients out of spite, I knew he was lying. And the bad part about it is, that man is a liar. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. You wanna know why? At the melee on the surf, melee in the surf, he told Sweet Tea that he asked me to apologize, and I apologized. No, he didn't. He flat out lied to that woman. Baby, we're looking at you. You did not apologize to her. He didn't apologize. He said he actually wasn't going to apologize. So why it was like that man flat out, he will either by omission or directly lie. I could see why him and Phaedra probably would have dated. Because the person who said you got a big ass mouth, wasn't you chomping your wasn't you squeaky McSqueaking at King? You said a whole lot of talking. So for you to say that Quad got a big ass mouth, are you pot or kettle? Is it Uchiwali or one mic? Period. Dr. G is not the hill to die on. So here's the problem with that whole argument. Both of them are right and wrong at the exact same time. Because basically, the two men are the ones that are friends, not Sweet Tea and Heavenly. Those are two friends, and that's something you got to work out. But the thing about it is, I've never heard Damon say, I've never heard Damon say that Heavenly was flat out like, because he does not chastise her the way that people want, they think that he is not doing something. I distinctly remember him leaving a house and they were getting in the car, and he did chastise her. It has happened during the show where he said, buddy, you can't do that. Buddy, don't say that. He's done it in the confessionals too. But because he is not disrespectful, because y'all want him to be disrespectful to Heavenly, y'all think that he's not doing something. It's not true. But that doesn't mean that Dr. Damon needs to like, girl, you need to let the mouse go on this too. And it was like, okay. Because one, it's like, after a while, it's like, we're going to have to just let that go. One, you knew the truth. Everybody knew the truth. Dr. D was flat out lying about that. And there's no reason to lie. It's like, it's a dumbass thing to lie about. Because I think maybe he thought, Damon wouldn't have saved the text messages. He has no reason not to. Because I damn sure would have kept it. Because everybody knew he was lying. But it's like, Damon, let that go. It's like, that thing about it is, Greg has every reason, he has every right to feel a way about being called a pedophile on the online. He does. The thing about it is, it's kind of like, Sweet Tea threw a rock and Heavenly threw a boulder. And the thing about it can't be like, if you go low, I'm going to hell. It can't be. That's fine if you like the person. If you don't like the person, like you went too far. She could have went a lot farther. But again, pedophile was like calling somebody up a pedophile. That is never going to be like, no. I can't wait to see how this works out next week. Because the thing about it, Sweet Tea is an idiot. And to Toya's point, she did look stupid at this reunion. She looked real stupid. Ma'am, Qua was standing up for you. It's like he should not disregard her feelings. It's like, because she has every right to feel that way. I don't like that.
Notice, when she said she don't have a problem with you, she is dead ass serious, because the person she got a problem with is Greg. And that probably is very triggering for someone who was married to him for years. Ma'am, I think y'all at 2 years at this point. I think she was married to him for 4 or 5 years. Knowing that he was allegedly verbally and mentally abusive to her, I know it's got to be triggering to watch the way that he treats her. And the bad part about it, they can actually pull up film where he was extremely disrespectful to her, quite directly. So yeah, sweetie, no one's worried about your husband. I promise you, nobody don't want that squeaky voiced, immature, belligerent, stupid, lying ass child that you are married to. The only person that want him is you, I promise. You're the one that hopped in his DMs. And the bad part about it is people are like, don't bring up her fertility. Time out. Yes, she can. I'm going to give you what you need. And I'm going to say this. She may be having endometriosis, and she's correct. There's a lot of women who have endometriosis who are pregnant, who are able to birth children. Notice, and any of the shows, we have never tested to see if Dr. Greg is okay. What if he is the problem? What if he might need some additional help? Who knows? But what is very interesting when it comes to married to medicine is people forget these things. Or people have revisionist history. We all do this revisionist history thing when it's somebody that we don't like. Last year, I decided to do a binge and rewatch from the beginning of Married to Medicine. That's why I kind of feel a little bit different. One, I have loosened the reins on my disdain, because no longer I disdain her. I don't anymore. It's Toya. Because I will say, Toya is quick to she'll throw a little shade here, there, but she'll turn the page. Because the fact that she was sitting here like, T, you gotta see this. You gotta see that he being a bitch about this. And I get it. You don't call no woman's man no bitch. You don't. But it's like, sweet T, you gotta see this. You come on, girl. You can't be doing this. So that's why Toya said she looks so stupid at the screen, because she do. You're not going to, because him saying, I am in the right, you're not. Because King had every right to check you. Because I think the reason why it got heated is because the wheels were turning when he was talking. It was like, time out. You weren't talking to your wife. You're talking to my girlfriend? Yeah, that's never going to happen again. And it shouldn't. So let's see how this closes out. Shout out to my Kennedy, Kendrick. Yeah, he'll be here next week to talk about Married to Medicine. We're doing it. I don't care. 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 For people who don't like Heavenly, I can kind of understand that, because she do got a loud mouth. She do. When it comes to her and I'm not talking about her. Wait, sorry. One more thing. Now, this I know a lot of people on Heavenly, because they brought up like, Heavenly, how you gonna bring up her breast because she had reconstruction surgery because of girl? I'll tell you this. One, the thing about it, if you didn't know she had cancer, y'all probably would have just laughed. Kind of like how people laughed when Portia said that Eva's breasts were social distancing. Eva, who has birthed, I think at this point, 3 children, and also breastfed all of those children. I don't remember y'all saying like, Portia, that's wrong. Don't say that about her. So the thing about it, I'm going to say this. If y'all thought her saying that, if Portia can say that Eva's breasts are social distancing, do not sit here and jump and be completely hypocritical and judge Heavenly and say, Heavenly, that's so wrong. I'm like, your titties are social distancing. You think that's funny? If you say yes, then don't say anything about Heavenly. And I could say that and still say like, Heavenly, why are you talking about her breast? But True T, I saw a couple of people say, "Oh, it don't look good." I'm not judging her breasts, like, cause one, that's something I just can't do. That's not my ministry. It never will be. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Part One. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I am so glad that Garcelle left. Because one, yelling and getting out of character with these raggedy assholes who have to do all this to keep their diamond is something I wouldn't do either. There is no way in hell Erica, Jane, Girardi, Pussy Pop, Pat the Puss, Wallpaper Princess could ever open her dick suckers to me. But again, I'm saying, like, I can understand her not going too far, but also, if this bitch, who literally had zero storyline until the Hollywood Reporter reported on something that you're scamming it, Mr. Girardi, Scammer Esquire, did, because baby, you didn't bring that forward. It came up. I sat there when y'all attacked me after you were a complete asshole the whole season. Girl, fuck you. Yeah, we're attacking your ass. Or what? Or what? He's like, I don't. You said you don't care about nobody but me. Y'all worrying about these people. I'm not caring about anybody except me. We watched the way that you acted on this show. How dare you sit here and try to compare yourself to Garcelle? Then about your divorce. Her divorce from years ago? And you can Google it, bitch. Google her. Baby, we already knew about that, and it was before the show. She came to this show single. What are you talking about? And our children, I think her children are, they're about to graduate high school this year or next year. This year or next year. Or, no. Next year, 2026. Because, yeah, the reunion's filmed this year. So she said this is their last year. Maybe they graduate this year. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe it is next year because she said it's going to be their last year of high school. She also has a new a new granddaughter named Valley. And she's booked and busy. That was happening her first season. You didn't really see her too much because homegirl was always fucking working. Garcelle got on this show and started producing more projects. Not that she wasn't producing before. She got on The Real before The Real was canceled. It's not up to, like, yeah, she was on The Real. She has done different promos. She has moved and shaped and upped her portfolio. Ma'am, you have done 2 stints on Broadway. You had a documentary where victims confronted you and you were acting like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't do this. There's no way in hell. Because I'm so sorry. There's so many responses to. Maybe I just want you to be more interesting. Well, I'm sorry, Erica. I'm sorry that I'm not as interesting as. I'm sorry that I do not have a decrepit husband who is literally probably forgets what year it is now, who also stole from a whole bunch of people. I'm sorry that I didn't marry a scammer. I'm sorry I don't have. I'm sorry I don't have that. I'm sorry that I'm sorry. What? So should I just go find a old ass man? Should I go work at a titty bar and go find an old man to marry? Should I, like, is there somebody else in that law firm that worked with Aaron Brockovich? Let me know. Can you recommend somebody? See, that's the thing. I'm sorry, but fuck her. Me and Erica would never. That's the thing. Me and Erica, I would always have space for her. 1, you disrespected my child. 2, you disrespected my memoir. As much as y'all like, oh my God, don't disrespect my stuff, y'all damn sure thought that shit was funny. All of you. Kyle included. Kyle, shut the fuck up about Morgan. Ma'am, when you brought up, I'm sorry, I'm just talking. It's going to sound, it's just a stream of consciousness. I'm being honest. You're comparing a grown-ass woman named Morgan to a child after, one, he was disrespected by Erica, laughed at by you, Dorit, and y'all soon-to-be ex-husbands. and then y'all gave a piss poor apology, and also racists came after him on social media. Baby, that's not even close to the same thing because, hey, hi, Morgan's an adult. And she didn't sign up for the show. She didn't sign up last season, but yeah, here she was. Was she on the payroll last season? Let me know. And the thing about it is, hey, hi, Kyle, why are you and Mauricio getting divorced? Why y'all? There's no, you said it's not about cheating or da-da-da-da. Okay, so then what's it about? Notice we don't know it. Sutton, yeah, girl, you're on notice. Because I know, hopefully Jennifer Tilly told you, like, now, come on. Because when Garcelle said that she was leaving, the first person that said something that I think that was reported to have said something was actually Jennifer Tilly. I think also Sutton said something, and then Bose said something after Watch What Happens Live. Hashtag damage control. Before the first part of the reunion, because I saw a couple of clips, I was following the hashtag, and I was just like, girl, what is this? Right? I gave Bose the benefit of the doubt. I said, when it came to Dorit, it's like to me, it came in like she was giving everybody a clean slate. And I was like, well, maybe she just had never watched it before. Because even though this show's been on a long time, I think it happened here, Atlanta, Orange County, there have been people who have joined the show and said, I've never watched the show. Everybody's not Lisa Rinna, right? Everybody not Lisa Rinna and watched the show because she used to come on Watch What Happens Live and she was a super fan and then she joined Beverly Hills. Everybody's not Lisa Rinna. So I said, well, maybe she didn't see it. When Homegirl said that she watched this show before. Oh, I've seen this show. So you've seen how they've moved with Garcelle. So you knew. The thing with Dorit is that they want how Bose came in with Dorit and how Garcelle was with Sutton. They want it to be the same, and it's not. And it's one big thing. The biggest difference, Garcelle's usually there when all this shit is happening and she's just giving her opinion on this situation because she was there. Bose just say, girl, what the hell happened? And Dorit would give her version. And then Bose was like, why are you doing this to Dorit? Girl, you weren't even here. Shut the fuck up. Because that happened when they were at Dorit's house. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. Dorit said, oh, she was just being nasty. Ma'am, you did not speak to this woman who's been sitting in your house for 45 minutes. And you treated her like shit. And she responded to you like shit. And said, you know what? I'm out. Because one, as soon as I saw it, I said, I'm sorry. Sutton should have never just showed up. I'm like, oh, I'm not coming. I'm not coming to her home. Because one, she say anything out the gate to me, I'm going to forget that this is her house and just cuss her ass out. Because I would have. When I say I'm disappointed in Bose, I don't know what to say. But for her to say, I guess if she was Dorit, and she would have sued Garcelle for defamation. I was like, huh. Now, Bose seems like she is fine with. I'm going to give her a little bit more time because I don't want to relegate her to Black Girl Highlander. I don't want to say that is what's happening with Bose. I want to give her a little bit more benefit of the doubt, even though it's written all over my screen. Of that is how this is going. It's going to be Black Girl Highlander. There could only be one. And when I tell you, we saw a sneak peek of it when Bo said in the finale, she apologized to you and you wouldn't take her apology. And then you see Dorit's confessional. I'm like, huh. Yeah, girl, you better stop speaking your mind directly to her because what's going to happen? They'll ice you out. See, that's the thing. It's not the same thing with Garcelle because they never let Garcelle in. They were insulated, the Fox Force flops. They insulated themselves And it became like Garcelle, Sutton, and then also Crystal. So it went from 2 the hard way to 3 the hard way. You never really let them in. Y'all let them share the screen with y'all. Y'all let them come on the trips. But let's be very clear. There was a clique within that cast, and it happened for years. And if y'all weren't in the clique, y'all were out. Because, hey, hi, Dorit came on this show as Lisa Vanderpump's friend. Erica came on the show as Yolanda's friend. Notice Yolanda's not here. And they instinctively pushed Yolanda out. These hoes ain't loyal in Beverly Hills. Them diamonds, they not loyal. Them diamonds not loyal. And Bose needs to watch her back. But I will say, for everybody who got an issue with Garcelle, please understand she did something very, very authentic. Bose wanted the tea, and what did she do? She said, I want you to form your own opinion. Because she said, I went to Garcelle first. You want to know why she went to the black girl first? Give me some tea, girl. Notice that she said, I want you to form your own opinion. And that's technically that is why Garcelle is the adult in the room. When it comes to this franchise, Garcelle has always been the adult in the room. Still. And that whole thing with the robbery, because I was like, you said it was PK. That's not what she said. She said that because that was a thing. People thought Dorit had something to do with that. And I think that's something that Garcelle was like, I wouldn't be surprised or something. I don't remember if she said something like that exactly, or just kind of like, I can see why people thought that. She changed it up this year and said, I don't think she had anything to do with this, but somebody did. And she's like, you said it was PK. She never said that. She's like, roll the tape. I never said that. Here's the deal. You could have somebody in your employ who helped set this up. Excuse me, miss, I got nannies. I got staff. Baby, one of them could set you up. She didn't say it was PK. She said somebody, she was like, I don't think she had anything to do with that, because last year I think she intimated that Dorit may have had something to do with this. Like, they knew. This year she's like, I think Dorit had nothing to do with this, but somebody did. James said it was PK. But you going after her like this, but when it came to y'all throwing her book away for y'all, how she was treated, how her son was treated, y'all were so dismissive about her feelings. She was choking back tears when y'all won and he changed the conversation with Erica posting that she threw her book away, y'all making it about recycling, and it was just like, that's disgusting and it's gross. But you, girl, fuck you. Oh, I wouldn't have stepped. I was like, I'm sorry. And what did she do? That's just my feelings, but I'm sorry that it hurt you. That's all. I'm like, girl, I'm not going to do this with you. It's like, fuck her. And Erica can stop. You are belittling her beach house. Ma'am, you live in a casita. Gina, who lives in a casita in Orange County, looking at you like, girl, shut your living in a closet ass up. She is not living on a prayer. She is living in a closet. Shut up, Erica. And the bad part about it, like, I'm sorry, it does look calculated. And the fact that Sutton said nothing, nasty work. Because I feel like Sutton may have said something if Jennifer Tilly had been sitting there, because guess what? I don't think Jennifer Tilly would have let anybody sit there and do that to her. And honestly, not for nothing, Kathy wouldn't have either. But again, I'm not sure about Kathy, because that lady walks around the box fan. When I tell you this, and I've seen a few content creators, the ones I like, saying this might be their last season. I'm sorry, it might be my last season, because I don't like this. It's nasty work. It's a nasty franchise. It just is. And if for some reason Y'all bring Lisa Brenner back up on my screen. I'm gonna put a root in all of you. Every last person on that is on that cast except for Jennifer Tilly. Everybody getting a root. Everybody is getting a root. I don't want to be like Rodney. I'm like, I don't want to yell because I don't want to get upset. But okay. Yeah. It's, I don't know how, I think it's maybe two parts. I can't remember how many parts they said the Beverly Hills reunion was, but let's see how the rest of these parts is going to go. And let's see what the hell Kenya did so we can see it play out. Let's see how Married to Medicine concludes. Craziness. All right, y'all. This has been the Mocha Minutes podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Shout out to my Aries queens. Let's see. We got Miss Zell from Who Asked Me. I asked her. Whoever, like it said, her podcast is Who Asked Me. I'm the one who asks her. So if you're ever like, who asked Zell? I did. I asked her. Shout out to Taria from What Else Is Going On. She's also my Aries queen. Shout out to my girl who was having her second annual bridal expo, April Cook, who has April Cook Salon Suites. She is also an Aries. I think I'm recording on her birthday. She's an early April baby. So shout out to my Aries queens. Also, this is last season, but Pisces season. Shout out to my TT Natalia. Her birthday has passed. She had a good old time. I am so sorry. But thank you for living authentically. And I'm glad you're able to do so. And I'm going to say this. My femininity is not so fragile that I got to worry about another woman and how they identify if they were not born a woman. That does not stop me from being a biological woman. But actually shitting on a trans woman or trans man about their, or a non-binary person about their identity makes me a shitty person. It does make you a shitty person. Girl, does it stop you from doing your life? It does not. Mind your business. Leave people alone. And dear black people who are being transphobic, please understand there was a very long time that white people didn't want us to be seen as human, and we are born biologically human. They wanted to call us three-fifths of a human because we were black. So actually carrying the water of white supremacy towards trans people, most notably black trans people, is, girl, that's never the move. I need y'all, like, as much as y'all, like, y'all need to know about your history. Know about your history. They're black women. White women literally didn't want us to be seen as women or ladies because we were black. They didn't want us to have that title of woman or lady. Stop doing that. Get y'all lives together. Please get your minds right. If you can't say anything nice, leave people alone. Mind your business. Okay. This has been a Mocha Men's podcast. I'll be back next week. Bye. 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 Bye.